No, we are not doing an expedition guide. You saw the title right. It's 7 marches in SOC KvK, and I'm a little late in doing that video because I wanted to get to 7 marches, because otherwise it's kind of sad to talk about 7 marches without actually having 7 marches. So the first march there is going to be Pakal and Harold. There's no surprise there. Now the second march over there may not be as popular because most people want to see the Leo there, but I actually like the Alex because of the march speed and how Alex makes the enemy target takes more damage with his expertise. And I do switch into the Leo from time to time when I'm under pressure, surrounded, and it's a fight to the death. The third march, it's not everyone's favorite, but then I like the Trajan and Mulan. If both of them are maxed, then they do bring a lot of value, especially if you have 6 or 7 marches. So I'm sticking with that. Now the fourth march, it's one of the best marches, I would say. I have Amanitore does a lot of damage, and Artemisia does a lot of tankiness and damage, especially when paired with Amanitore. So this is my favorite march, I have to say. I love this march. I mean, not just because of the lovely ladies in general. Now this is the king of AoE. Well, 2 kings of AoE. You got Nebuchadnezzar and you got YSG. That gives you so much AoE damage that even if that march gets targeted and not that tanky, by the time it dies you get a lot. Now then I got Saladin and William, trialed and tested from a long time ago. My William is 5551. I want to max my William. I'm kind of not too happy with the Saladin, but we'll talk about it. Then we got XY and Mehmed. Mehmed is obviously maxed and museum buffed, but the XY, as you can see, isn't maxed. It's 5515. Now there are few maxed commanders that my XY and William is benching, and namely it could be Attila Takeda. That's another march I could have considered. There's Gilgamesh as well, but he's not really good for open field. And then there is Tomiris, which I love, but then I don't know how to kind of fit in here with the commanders that I'm using. Now these are the 7 marches that I'm using in this KvK, but what I want to get to by next KvK is a separate story. So we will talk about the ideal 7 marches in my eyes, obviously, and then what I'm aiming for towards next KvK. So let's talk about my last march. This is the march that I kind of don't like, and I want to change that with a Honda and a Tomiris. Now dropping, that's just confirming, dropping XY and Mehmed in favor of Honda and Tomiris, and I'm gonna go with mostly archers here. Now the thing is, my Tomiris is maxed, but my Honda is nowhere near maxed. But then there will be few Wheel of Fortunes between here and the next KvK, so that's where I can kind of work on him. So he will be one of the priorities. Now the second kind of march that I want to change, which is my 6th march, and over there we want to bring in Nevsky, obviously, instead of the Saladin. Nevsky is like the best Cav commander, so there's no question about dropping Saladin and using him. And then lastly, behind the Guan rather than the Alex, we want to put the Scipio. No, not the purple Scipio. We're just showing you the purple Scipio so that you kind of know who is coming there. So let me take you through the ideal 5 marches that I want to have by, 7 marches by the next KvK. And the first one is still Pakal Harold, second one is going to be Guan and Scipio, third one remains unchanged in Trajan and Mulan, and then unchanged is going to be Amanitore and Artemisia, and again unchanged is going to be Nebu and YSG, but the change is coming in the 6th and 7th, so we are going to have a Nevsky and William, and then lastly we're hoping to have a Honda and Tomiris. Now more so than the Honda, having the Tomiris there I feel like is more important for my style of playing, and I want to play around with the marches and kind of see whether we can start using Tomiris before getting Honda as well. So if you want to see some of those experiments, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you in the next one tomorrow.